Overview. Everyone is said to deserve a second chance, but allow me to ask you a question. She gave it careful thought the last time. You trusted her. What did she do? Did she respect it, or did she break it up into a million fragments, providing it would sound noble to give her another chance? Even romantic, although generally speaking, it is a cycle that traps you. Every moment men reveal their faces, they appear weaker. The truth, no one wants to speak. Loudly, she is fully aware of her actions. Those kind words of apology that her conduct changed suddenly, and it's all a portion of a script she has mastered to preserve. As soon as you brought her back, you hooked. She is already preparing her next course of action. Control is the game, and if you're not, be careful, or else you'll lose, whenever you might consider. But what if, believe me, it's different this time? A woman who genuinely loves you won't not provide you with grounds to doubt her devotion, her motives or regard for you, if she either lied to you or betrayed you once. Insulted you, what do you think? History doesn't repeat itself, and she won't. Patterns and lies don't work like magic. Vanish. I'm not here to criticize ladies. I'm here to remind you that women are out. Who will honor your limits? Who won't control your feelings? And who is not going to exploit your pardoning you, but the woman you are thinking about giving her another chance? She's previously demonstrated her identity, so trust her. This is the first instance where it's not about it's about being resentful or harboring grudges. Safeguarding your tranquility, your too many men will squander years trying in the future to mend relationships with women who don't respect them. They give up their dignity, their psychological well-being, and even their potential as a result of falling for the same meaningless assurances. So you must ask yourself this question. Will you now allow her to return to your life and run the risk of losing yourself once more? Or are you going to stand your ground at last? Leave and insist on the respect you deserve. You earned the choice, but be cautious, since reclaiming her could be the largest error of your. She is only using manipulation techniques when she apologizes. Her apologies for life one are simply, let's dissect the strategies of manipulation. An apology should have some significance. Yes, it's intended to express regret, responsibility, and the desire to better. But when a lady who manipulates sorry, but that's rarely the case. Making things right isn't the goal. Regarding bringing you back under her authority, consider what would occur if she may cry, beg, or give you an apology. The perfect words you've been looking for, to hear her utter phrases like, "I've altered," or "I'd be unable to survive without you." She will create the ideal story to make you think she's suddenly realizing how important you are to her. And at that time, you may feel as though the powerful aristocrat who is offering her a second opportunity, but in actuality, you manipulators are already at work, precisely how to take use of your feelings. She isn't saying sorry because she feels she regrets what she done and is expressing regret, because she regrets losing authority over you as soon as you began. She pulled away, realizing she was losing her hold, which is what she finds intolerable. It is not about regret or love, rather it is about, here's the catch she'll make you. Her ego believe her apology is sincere. She may even support it with short-term measures. She will be at her peak for a week or two. Conduct, she'll send you a good morning SMS. Daily inquire about your health, or perhaps even make promises that she never fulfilled previously, but take note of her efforts. Comes from somewhere else than the heart, from her anxiety about losing her job in, let me tell you a story about your life. An individual called Jason went through this exact situation with his girlfriend, broke it off after learning that she had cheated on him, and made the decision to move on after a month. Returned sobbing and expressing regret. She informed him that I would never make that mistake again. Once more, you are the one person I desire. He took her against his better judgment. Returning for the first month of everything appeared ideal. She was kind, considerate, and made every effort to demonstrate her transformation. However, the instant Jason relaxed his defenses, she resumed her previous flirtatious behavior, with other males holding secrets and considering him as a possibility once more. What's in the event that her apologies doesn't come with sustained, consistent action? Its words are worthless and cheap. Can apologize, but not everybody has the persona to support it. With actual, as men, we must evolve and cease to fall. For this deceitful emotional bait, women don't change all at once. Apologies are a way to get you to come back. Not a guarantee of improved conduct, especially if you fail to recognize that as what it is, you'll find yourself in the same circle of pain, perplexed, and wondering why you ever offered her another chance, so that the following time she says she's sorry. But is this originating from a place of sincere responsibility, or is it only her method of drawing you back into her enchantment? Because if the latter, you are already aware of how this narrative, a betrayer once is a betrayer forever, ends too. A traitor is always a traitor. You've most likely heard the stating that individuals can change, and that for some people that is accurate. However, the truth is that most people follow their routines, particularly in regards to betrayal. After a woman has demonstrated to you that she's willing to violate your confidence, which is a big A warning sign that should never be disregarded, why betrayal is more than just an act. It's a way of thinking. When she deceived you for the first time, she decided to put her needs, feelings, and ambitions first. Her conceit about your partnership and your have faith that it's not something people do this by mistake. It's not a single mistake is a reflection of her moral fiber and her capacity to defend, causing you pain for her own benefit. Now allow me to, if she could defend her betrayal, be direct. What is preventing her from doing what you once? Once more, she may assert that she may have learned her lesson, and I'll never make the same mistake twice. But this is the brutal reality of betrayal. Had worked for her, so why wouldn't she return to it whenever it's convenient for you? She understands how to influence the circumstances to her benefit, and she is depending on your forgiveness to ease her burden. To put that in perspective, consider one of your friends steals from you. You choose to forgive them once they apologize. Them, after which they steal from you one day. Would you be shocked once more? Not because you know in your heart that their nature is to steal. It's how they work when they observe an opportunity. The same is true for an individual. Who betrays you romantically or emotionally? Here's an example to help you make this, Ali. Take Mike, for example, who was having a relationship with a lady who cheated on him, vowed that it was an isolated error, and pleaded with him to retract her against his. He used greater judgment for a while. Things appeared to be going well, but as time passed, Mike saw the same patterns emerging. Returning to conceal her secretive phone regarding her location and gaslighting him when he inquired questions, he finally managed to catch her. Cheating once more, as Mike also discovered, her betrayal wasn't about being late. The circumstance, or even the other man, was a mirror of her and was about her. Disrespect for both her and him, unwillingness to remain faithful. Here's the takeaway. People don't tolerate betrayal. Develop over time. It's a trend. Mentality that doesn't only vanish when someone apologizes. If she has already deceived you, it's because she believed she had the right to do so. And until she has experienced severe self-analysis and demonstrated her superiority over a lengthy duration that hardly ever occurs, she'll probably do it once more. So quit deceiving yourself with your thoughts, such as perhaps it was an isolated incident or If I only have faith, she won't do it again. More if she was prepared to harm you. After she has shown her true self to you, you deserve someone who doesn't disregard it, appreciates loyalty just as much as you do, someone who considers betrayal a possibility whenever it is convenient. She is aware of your weakness for her. She knows you're weak for her three. Let's be honest, when they feel that they have invested in someone. They are aware of your concern, and while such a strong emotional bond can be lovely in a wholesome partnership, it turns into a weapon in the possession of a manipulative woman who is aware of your weakness. She is aware that she is your weakness. Heal, and she will always use it against you. Opportunity she has. Consider how frequently you've overlooked it. Perhaps she disregarded you, betrayed your confidence, or thought of you as an afterthought. Yet you remained. You provided her with the advantage of the you care because you're unsure why. Because you're devoted and don't want to say goodbye to a loved one. But here's the issue that she is aware of. You will tolerate things that you shouldn't, and that understanding provides her control over you. A cunning lady feeds on the knowledge that she has authority over, observes the way you gaze at her. You are reluctant to face her, and the manner you always forgive her too easily. You ignore her poisonous behavior. Send a message, and I'll put up with this. Because you can't trust me and leave me. She can clearly hear that you might not even recognize how evident your fragility is evident in the small. Such is your speed at responding to. She texts you about how you should drop everything, meet her needs, or figure out a way to disputes in order to maintain harmony. She observes everything, and although you may believe you're being devoted and loving, she believes it to be leverage, and this is where it gets. The more she understands that you're weaker for her, when she exerts greater pressure on the bounds may initially be minimal, such as disregarding your beliefs or ignoring your emotions. But eventually, as things get more intense, she begins to test how much she is able to get away with making you express regret for anything that isn't yours. Can she make you feel guilty about something? Can she do something you don't want to do? Mislead you while keeping you on your toes? The reality is that when you're weak for, they may sense it in someone, and if they don't respect you, they'll take advantage of you. A woman who genuinely cares about you will never exploit your affection for her, but a cunning woman who will observe your devotion as an unrestricted past. She wants to know that you won't go. Issue. Have you ever observed how, when you stand up, she pulls away, either for yourself or the way she abruptly becomes more charming when she detects you may be leaving, which isn't love. She is in control and engaged in a game, keeping you restrained by utilizing your sentiments for her in opposition to you. And this is, the more you allow her, the harsher the truth. The less she respects you, the more she controls you. In her heart, she doesn't respect a man who's weak for her. She might take pleasure in the authority, yet she won't genuinely respect you, and attraction are correlated if she will never see you since she doesn't respect you as the powerful, competent man she wants. So consider whether you are demonstrating your affection for her. Are you demonstrating her frailty because if she is aware of your weakness for her, intending to exploit it, she will push you, test you, and observe how far you can go. You're prepared to leave in order to retain her in your life and failing to draw boundaries. In the process, you will lose yourself. The only way to escape this loop is to take back your authority and cease being. Consistently stop allowing your feelings to control you, impair your judgment, and demonstrate to her that although you may be worried, but you don't mind walking away in the event that she goes too far, because ultimately, a woman who genuinely loves you won't take advantage of your vulnerability. She will honor you're enabling her rather than fixing her. She sees your forgiveness strength for. As permission, let's occasionally be honest. Men's deadliest opponents are themselves when it comes to, you forgive her when it comes to relationships, repeatedly believing it to be the correct action to take, or that it's an indication of strength. But allow me to ask you, how have you forgiven her numerous times for the, how often has she made the same mistakes, declared, I will never do it again, only to turn around and harm you in the same manner? Every time, brother. This is the harsh reality. You don't hold her accountable. You forgive her. You are not being noble or accountable. You're sending her a naive message, unambiguous message, whether you understand it or not. It's not acceptable to harm me, since I'll always bring you back, and after she chooses, she is aware that she has unrestricted authority. She doesn't need to alter, so why should she? She has learned from you that there aren't repercussions for her behavior. Males frequently. They take great pride in being protectors, suppliers and troubleshooters. But when it comes to emotional issues, many of you move too quickly to allow your feelings take precedence over your reasoning. Considering forgiveness as a way to save the relationship, but you're actually get up and stop digging your own grave. It's a lack of boundaries, not power, and you're handing without limitations. She has the blueprint to completely dominate you. Great, let's get things straight. Although forgiveness has great power, it's not anything that can be distributed like candy. Genuine forgiveness requires transformation. If she isn't actively trying to make money, your pardon, and demonstrate that she's distinct from what you're offering her is permission, not forgiveness. Permission to deceive, defraud, and treat you disrespectfully, and Walt immediately returned to your life. Why do so many men act as if nothing happened? Do this. The simple response is fear. Of being by myself and worrying about losing her to another person, is afraid that nobody else will feel the same way she feels about you. But here's the, what sort of love are you harboring kicker? Onto a relationship that drains you, a relationship that disregards you, that isn't love. Desperation that you must comprehend. Something significant is that women value men. People honor themselves when you maintain. Putting up with her misbehavior, you're letting her know that you don't respect self. And if you don't think well of yourself, what is the foundation that she would respect? If she considers you to be you're not her partner pushover, some of you may be doormats. I love her. But is that not love? Love is undoubtedly involved in forgiveness. Forgiveness, but it also entails responsibility. A wholesome partnership is. If you are the only one, it's a two-way street. Attempting to maintain the relationship while she continues to betray your confidence. No. That isn't a partnership. One show, and eventually that show will exhaust you, so it's time to give up holding her responsible for everything and begin examining herself in the mirror. It's possible that she is toxic, manipulative, but it's you who allows you are the one providing her with her stay. Opportunity after opportunity, even when she's demonstrated that she is unworthy of it. This is the person who must draw the line. Better you deserve this wake-up call, deserve a woman who appreciates your affection, your energy and time, but if you're too busy, Ching, you'll never discover her. After a person who disregards you, forgiveness without responsibility is stopping self-destruction, is time, creating justifications for her and being a strong man and standing up for oneself doesn't let his feelings to control his. A strong man understands when to walk and when to act. If she continues to break you, go. Since you're permitting her to stop providing her consent to disrespect you, you are capable of demanding better, because when you do, you'll discover that the appropriate woman will never require forgiveness. She will repeatedly treat you with the respect that she is going to break you before you even realize it. Earned 5. She apologizes constantly but never. Let's discuss that word, changes. Most likely you've heard it too often. I'm sorry it comes so naturally to her. Correct each time she makes a mistake, whether lying, violating your confidence, or she's quick to insult you. Apologize and act like the idiot you think you are. You believe that she's sorry, so she must be concerned and wish to change. However, the true question is, does she actually change if each time she apologizes, then the same inappropriate behavior? Her apology is merely a tactic and has no meaning. She knows you well enough to pull you back in line. Wish to think that she is aware that if she can effectively use the guilt card, you'll forgive her and put everything else aside. Once more, but let's be honest, she's sorry she was caught, but she's not apologetic. A woman who is truly sorry will. She will put forth the effort to change what's required to put things right. Apologies are only the first step, not the end. Conclusion, but if she only ever provides the sorry, same tired, but nothing has changed in her actions, then you're battling someone who doesn't regard you with any respect, discovered that she only needs to speak the proper actions, and you'll release her. My friend, this is where the hook is. Many men make mistakes by falling for the phony excuses because they wish to think she's unique. They persuade themselves that the words have meaning, despite the fact that her behavior suggests otherwise. Clinging to hope is simpler than facing reality. The truth of what's occurring at the moment in front of you, but in reality, if she's repeatedly expressing regret for the same blunders you're not interacting with, who wants to make things better for you? Someone who wishes to stay out of trouble. Consider whether you truly apologized. Wouldn't you do anything for something it took to ensure that it didn't occur? Would you not accept responsibility once more? Make the effort and demonstrate your behaviors that you take seriously altering. But if she's only providing a litany of apologies without ever trying to change, you're squandering your time. Actions speak louder than words. Someone who is really remorseful will demonstrate their regret by consistently effort rather than merely saying the correct thing. Stop letting things happen when it's convenient. Don't let her excuses mislead you. If she's not altering, then neither is your. It's time to quit settling in relationships for meaningless phrases and demands that correspond. You deserve someone who will support you, offering genuine apologies instead of, it only takes someone to feel sorry, to maintain you in the same pattern. Ask the next time she apologizes. You ask, is she truly remorseful, or is she apologizes for being caught? And if the latter, don't settle, walk, is the response. In conclusion, gentlemen, this is the harsh reality of you continue to reclaim her after she's repeatedly wounded you. You're a doormat, man. Yes, I did say it, and I don't give a damn whether it's unpleasant to hear, because occasionally although the truth hurts, you must awaken and acknowledge that you're allowing someone to treat you as though you're an afterthought, allowing your emotional fragility to control you because it's preventing you from the love and respect you genuinely deserve. A true man is aware of when to give up, understands that leaving isn't an indication of stop being weak, it's a show of power. Persuading yourself that she will transform, give up expecting her to suddenly notice the light, is the only individual who must change, is to cease settling for less than you are deserving. Since you continue to, you're letting her know that her conduct is appropriate. And I'll state that once more, this is manipulation rather than love. I'd like to know about your experiences. Never allow someone to re-enter your life, only to later regret it. Please leave a remark below. I'm here to connect, so let's chat about it. Along with you, and I'll personally answer your narrative. Don't keep quiet. Express your opinions. And let's foster one another's development.